Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back with American Truck Simulator. We got our new job. We're going from Chicago down to Springfield. I made a couple of adjustments off of the last video. I am trying to improve here. I kind of want to see. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. You know, in all the hours I've played on ATS, I'm still not very good at doing anything with articulated trucks. But hey, you know, we might get lucky and it'd be a real easy, you know, backup. But hey, we're going down to Springfield today. It's a great town. It's nothing like what it is in real life. But hey, you know what? It's fine. I spend too much time driving. It's kind of cool though. We get to leave the Air Force base up here. I wasn't expecting to actually get an Air Force job, so it's kind of cool. Moving some kind of a massive generator, it looks like. I think we're getting about 7,000 for this job, you know, before bonuses or anything like that. So, kind of excited to see what we're going to be able to do. You know, it's all going towards our eventual funding. I just totally curb checked this thing. Okay, so I got to take way wider turns. Got it. Thankfully, no trailer damage. But yeah, so we are definitely on our way to getting our first truck. Hopefully we should have it by the end of episode 3, if not a little bit sooner, depending on what the market looks like. I think the cheapest I saw was about 14,000. So, like I said, you know, depending on if it's still there on the market, you know, we could easily even get it at, you know, somewhere in episode 3. But the goal is by episode 4 we have our own truck, and then eventually we'll get our own trailer, though that is going to be way further down the road for us. But you know, hey, we're just in this for the fun time. We're not in it for the long time. So yeah. Something that I did find out last time is the radio station I had playing definitely was copyrighted music, so there is going to be some audio glitches on that first episode. So I'm sorry about that. Since we got new mail, it's probably the bank telling us that we can take a loan, if I had to guess. I cannot remember where to check the emails for the life of me. Where does, oh, there it is. You know, apparently I'm just stupid. Drivers with equipment needed. Competitive rates up to $9,400 for a job. Okay. So, if we want a job, we could go directly over to the U.S. Air Force over in Chicago. We can get really good paying jobs once we get our own truck. That will actually be amazing. I know we're based out of Peoria, but, you know, hey, if we got to take jobs up in Chicago, you know, so be it. You know, I'd rather be able to get, you know, good paying jobs, especially with that truck, to where, you know, hopefully we could pay it out in like 1 to 2 episodes. I mean, we'll already have it paid off, but, you know, have our money back so we can start saving up for that, you know, eventual goal of getting our big, you know, semi-trailer. For semi-trailers, I'm thinking I'm probably going to do dry goods for a while. At least until, you know, we can get the levels to do, like, long hauls. Dry goods are going to pay out roughly about the same. So I don't really see a reason to go into getting, like, save it up for a low boy or something like that, or even the cargo container. I'd rather just, you know, get a truck and run. But like I said, that's all coming down the line. I don't even think we're able to do that till level 8. We're only level 1 right now, so it's going to be a bit. I think I cranked it wide enough. God, I hope so. Yeah, looks like we got it. Good. Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of load. Nice thing is, though, is we have a really good truck, it seems. You know, I do love Kenworths. You know, I'm kind of particular to Peterbilts myself, just because, you know, that's... If anyone knows the true origins of this channel and what the first videos were, you'll understand why I'm a fan of Peterbilts. The original videos used to be all about Transformers. I'm still a fan of them, but, you know, I'm not as big of a fan as what I was whenever I was a kid. But either way. Now this is some good music. And it shouldn't be copyrighted because it does say non-copyrighted music. So here's to hoping that we don't get more copyright strikes. Again, I don't make money off of these videos. This is mainly just for my enjoyment and to kind of, revitalize something that I wanted to do whenever I was growing up. Been doing this since 2012. So, since I was 13. So you can do the math. You can tell how old I am. So I've been doing this for so long, but I haven't really been in the mode since back in the days whenever me and Xanthor used to play games all the time. And he's got his own life and career now. I've got my own. So there are other videos planned for the channel. I do have some real life content that I'm kind of wanting to explore, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. That is mainly just a thing of if I get the money and I'm confident enough to try it. I got some stuff that I wanted to film, at work. Oh boy, that was stupid. Yeah, I'm going way over the speed limit. We're going to drop that back down to 55. Now we can go up to 60. Yeah, we either could have flipped the truck or we could have just totaled that vehicle. First 5 minutes into the video, getting into a near crash. We'll get better as we go, I promise. But yeah, like I said, main goals for this, not franchise. Main goals for this is mainly just I want to explore Illinois for a little while. And then once we're able to, I'd like to start branching out. I'm thinking what I'd like to do is slowly start buying garages in new states, and then we can expand our territory up to said state. However far that is. That'd be kind of my idea. Is like we kind of throttle it based on like we can go here if we discover, or we can go out of like Missouri if we have a garage base there. I know obviously we can just fast travel everywhere, but I kind of want the idea of like making it a little more fun, like if we're exploring outwards. So, it kind of gives you the timeline here of I'm not planning on jumping, straight out of Illinois at the moment. I kind of want to just, like I said, I want to have a little bit of fun with it. That's going to be fun whenever Indiana gets added. You can bet that we're still around. We are definitely going to be exploring Indiana. I know that is not even on their list right now for what they're working on. So, who knows? It might get added in a year. It might get added in 3. I guess we'll find out. More than likely, they're going to be doing British Columbia and the Nebraska's next. I know they're working on one of the Nebraskas. I think it's north. It's either north or south. I can't remember. But yeah, that and Florida are probably going to, Indiana and Florida are probably going to be the two more interesting ones. Florida's going to have a long way to go unless they go through Georgia and Alabama into Florida. I really hope they go from, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama into Florida. It also would make sense for the interstates. Because if you're not familiar with interstates, there's only like 2 or 3 main interstates that, enter and exit out of Florida. So, you can also speed up here. Ooh, I totally just cut that dude off on the left. My bad, man. My bad. Hey, if you're gonna haul like that, you gotta know to use your shoulder a little bit there. Oh well. The wind caught me off guard. And we're on the curb now. That's fine. Making great time though. 2 hours in, 2 hours to go. Yeah. That is the only other thing I don't like is the quick jobs you aren't able to use up your hours of service, for resting. Oh, that dude finally passed his school. Which, even in real life, that wouldn't actually work. We can't just take 5 jobs back to back. It just all happened to be under that, 13-hour umbrella, and it doesn't go down at all. But hey, whatever. We're on the first day here. We've already made at least $5,000, I think, was on our first job. I already forgot. Make about another 7 off of this job. Like I said, we're gonna be close. I want to try to avoid loans as long as I possibly can. Obviously, if we buy a trailer, I'm fine taking out a loan. That is going to be a really big investment for us, after all. But by that point, we should already be making a substantially good amount of money, from doing deliveries, to be able to cover like an $1,800 a day loan on like a $100,000 loan. Plus, we'll have our own truck and everything. I don't know why this dude gets over and then starts hitting the brake. We're not even in the 65 yet, and this dude's slowing down. We should be over by Bloomington, if I'm not mistaken, by now. North Main Street. I don't know if that is. We're kind of just flying between lanes here without using our blinkers. Man, if there was a cop... Yeah, we are by Bloomington. Yeah, we were doing that in real life and flying through lanes without using blinkers. Oh, we get pulled over so fast. It's a big no-no. Especially with a truck this big and this heavy. I'm still really mad that they didn't include 155, because that highway pretty much goes straight from 74 in Peoria down straight into Springfield, instead of having to detour all the way over to Bloomington. I get why they did it. I'm just I'm still sad that they cut out like the main arterial highway there, or at least interstate. I think it's an interstate. To be honest with you, I don't know what the difference is. I probably need to get educated on that before I keep, throwing shade at the developers. I'm loving it either way. Alright, we gotta get off here. I forgot that I'm also at a way bigger truck. Holy crap, we are just flying right now. Right lane in. Oh boy. I think I've flown up and down this highway a couple of times too in this game. Left lane is closing. Back up to 75. I'd like to go as fast as I can, like within 5 over. We shouldn't get a ticket for going 5 over. I have gotten one in over in East Peoria, but we shouldn't get one. At least I don't think. But who knows? If we happen to fly past a cop, I guess we're gonna find out. Yep, and now we're on 55, so we should be pretty close coming into Springfield. We should begin the exit here in the next couple of minutes. The other thing this DLC doesn't really capture, at least as of yet, is just how many cornfields are in Illinois. I mean, like, we just passed all them fields right there. I can tell you for a fact, going down 55, you can go like a solid 30 minutes and you will see nothing but cornfields. I mean, it's absolutely wild how many cornfields you will see just driving through the state of Illinois. And it doesn't even have to be corn, it could be almost anything, but you know, it's just wide open fields. Hence why we're called the Prairie State. But it is definitely a vibe that is much different than you know, anywhere else that you'll see. Back in Springfield, alma mater. That's kind of ironic. We got the American Truck Simulator Illinois DLC advertised in Illinois. Yeah, that's how that works, right? Okay, I cleared it. Good. Alright, backing up this beast is going to be a new problem, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. We might have to take an easier parking job. I'm not 100% sure. To be honest with you, I don't really want to find out. But we're going to try. If anything, we are going to try. I'm also terrified of these railway junctions, because I know the lights came on one time, the bars hadn't gone down, and I took severe trailer damage. Wasn't even a train, but I took damage. Can tell you why. Let me see, where is the point? Looks like we gotta take a left. Oh yeah, this is not very convenient for us. We're gonna have to go wide here. Oh man. They really just want us to suffer, don't they? Yeah, it's gonna be one of them routes. Tight curves. Alright. Slip on into here. Ooh, we actually made it. Maybe. Okay, the back wheel's cleared. Good. Alright, let's see what kind of parking job we gotta do. Yeah, we can't even do that. Alright. So we are just gonna get the easy, where should we place it? Dang, I really wish I could get that 150. Alright. That's fine. So we're just gonna basically swing up here, probably go around, wrap around that building, and then, park it. So I really can't make that big of a turn. Alright. Keep going wide. I think we cleared that building. Looks like we did. Oh. I'm trying to get back to my, there we go. Turn those off. I don't need those on. Alright, so we cleared that. How do I want to do this? I kind of went a little bit too wide. Having the problem with the camera really didn't help. But I do want this XP, because XP is going to be hard to get since we're not using a modded variant. Close enough? No. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It didn't like that park job. Alright, alright. Maybe I can just drive forward and then back her in slightly? Maybe. That's right, I gotta go backwards for this since it's got the articulation. Yeah, it's gonna be... Alright, alright, alright. How hard of a turn can I make in this semi? Kinda losing power. Oh, it's articulated in the back too? That's not good. Ah, loud noises. Do not like the loud noises. Come on. I know we're jackknifed like really, really bad right now. There we go. There we go. Alright, I would come down to the other end of the parking lot. Try this again. Oh, yeah. You know, I should have checked before I picked up the articulated job, because I knew for a fact I need to practice more with articulated trailers. This is a slightly more difficult trailer to back up to anyways. I'm gonna get someone in the chat. It's actually not that hard. Oh, I just dinked up the trailer. Yeah, that's nice. Not even my trailer not dinked it. At least the cargo's not damaged, so we shouldn't get penalized. I think we will get penalized like $100 or something for dinking the trailer. I think. Am I in it? A little bit more? Oh, there we go. Alright. $7,000. We didn't get dinked. Sweet. Alright, and we leveled up. To be honest with you, I kind of want to put it into high value. Alright, let's take a look at the market just to see where we're at. Yeah, the cheapest one is 14. So even if we bought this right now, we run into the main problem of it's damaged. So the truck's really not in operation or in operable condition. We'd have to get it fixed, which is going to run us probably another 20K, depending on the damage. I mean, it is almost 100% maintenance damaged. Well, we can see the wear. It's pretty extensive wear. 16% on the wheels, 12. Yeah, it's going to be a little pricey. I don't think. See, this one goes down to Burlington. Question is, do I want to do a slightly longer video? You know, I think I'm going to wait till next episode. Next episode, we are going to go ahead and do our next job, and then we will go ahead and just jump straight into buying our first truck at the end of the episode. So hey, you all have that to look forward to. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Remember to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. You don't have to, but if you do, it will make me happy. Like I said, I get nothing out of this other than the sheer enjoyment of I get to make videos. So either way, have a good day. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you all next time.